All right. Welcome back to the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 65 of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Rob. I'm with my co host, Darren in LA.
Yo,
How y'all been doing this week? I feel like I haven't seen y'all in like a millennium.
it's been a while. A lot of wedding related shit happening, man.
hmm I had a good time at Monster Jam.
I had a good time on this jam. I didn't know. I don't want to say I didn't think I'd have a good time. I didn't know what to expect, but I think what happened was exactly what I expected to happen, and I had a good time.
Yep.
Except that I didn't get to go shopping because they closed everything at 8 o'clock for some reason. But it was cool. Besides that,
Shopping. We was gonna go shopping. Never mind. Never mind.
you know how you can buy like monster truck shirts and
Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah.
like you can buy like cups and memorabilia.
That's the
Couldn't do
one
none
thing.
of that.
Yeah. Lucas Oil Field. They got to keep their concessions open a little bit later. I don't know about the drinks, but they got to keep some of the other stuff open a little bit
Right?
later.
Like we're supposed to be there from what 7 to 11. We're there from like 7 to 9:30, 10.
Yeah, 9:30.
I was like, yo, I don't get to buy nothing. I thought for real I was gonna be able to sneak in and buy like a football jersey or a hat or something if they had those open, but they didn't have shit open for real. It was kind of disappointing, but
Yeah.
it is what it
Kind of.
is.
But I will say that stadium is phenomenal. That
Oh
was my
yeah,
first time at Lucas Oil. That was a great stadium. That's a great stadium. I really wish I would have saw my Raiders beat the Colts last year there, but it's all good. I'm going to see something there at some point.
nobody ever wants to go. I'm always down for a road trip.
Nobody ever said anything about Indianapolis Colts. Y'all said Detroit Lions versus Baltimore. Y'all said Cincinnati versus Green
Those
Bay.
are my teams. What do you want me to do?
Man,
If you told
oh,
me, yo, you invited me to Lions, Baltimore, but uh, my team versus the Colts is happening, I've been like, shit, let's go. What do you mean? No one invited me.
yeah, true.
If
Well,
y'all go and don't invite me, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be hurt. I'm telling y'all
every
right now.
I never had no tickets for no NFL game. LA was the one that went to three. You went to three games this year, didn't you? Two or three?
We went to
Cincinnati,
two
Baltimore,
games,
Cincinnati, Baltimore.
and then we went to Lions,
Detroit.
Baltimore. Or we
Uh,
wanted to go. Oh, Sari went to
the
Cincinnati
Chargers, Cincinnati.
Chargers.
Yeah,
I didn't go to that one. My team wasn't in it. My team was already hurt, so I said, F it.
I can't blame.
I was already hurt. I was sad. My jersey was on the hanger. It was a long time, long week.
Also, it was my birthday week this week.
It was that
That was
birthday.
a good time. That was a good time.
So I thought Darren was old this week, but apparently he's not old yet. He still has one more year before he's old.
Apparently, no, forget both of y'all. He's Rob was like, at the age of 30, you're definitely not a young adult no more. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, then you're old. You're old. I was like, nah, bro. What are you talking about? Like, there's a gap between those two.
Darren, the day you turn 30, I'm calling you old. Like I'm dragging out the L and the D.
Well, we got about
Oh,
360. We got 361 days before that
I'm counting them down on these sticky notepads now.
happens. No, we not. It's all good. LA, the first person with the gray hair out of Waterford, right?
Oh yeah, I've been had grass out my hairs, baby.
LA had gray hairs at high school, bro.
I
He was
did.
stressed out in high school, bro.
I've been stressed. Y'all niggas been stressing me out. Uh, on to my first Blue Jackets game of the year. I think last week.
That's
That's
really
what's up.
dope.
How was
Yeah.
that
First Blue Jackets game of the year. I said.
of the year?
Yeah, we lost in first overtime. It was tragic. But you know, the clock keeps ticking. We're going back at the end of the month. I'm taking the kids and Brittany. So
That'd
we'll,
be
They
dope
say
though to see it in overtime, right?
I had a good time. I mean, I don't drink or anything, so it was fun. Like I got Timbits and hot chocolate. That's all I needed because it was cold as a bitch in there. I forgot how cold it. And then I got out of there and I went to the real world and it was just as cold as we live in Ohio in this piece of shit city or town, country, whatever we live in.
State.
There you go. Whatever it's called. Ain't that shit. But it was a good time. I got to see some family was there. Got to pull up on them. Got this hat that I've been wearing to break in. Y'all gonna get tired of this hat for like 8 more episodes. This hat's gonna be right here till I break it in.
From the hockey. I'm gonna keep on saying that from the Blue Jacket.
I do this like once every hour. I got it working. I got the ponytail through it too. It's really moving.
Bro, that was some work. Yeah, that hat ain't coming off for another 2-3 hours. You got the ponytail through it.
I was in the office though, LA. It was like LA, you know, we're not supposed to wear hats. I was like, you can come try to take it off. You can come try to take it off.
You know how much time went into getting this on my head.
Shit, it's braided on my head right now. Come and try it.
Rob, how was your week go?
They say there's nothing like going to a hockey game live. They say like going to a hockey game live is like one of the best sports to watch live.
It's lit, bro. Like we saw like 20 fights in a quarter. I was over there like, yeah, foaming at the mouth type shit. I was having a good time.
Yeesh.
And I sat next to the most adorable gay couple there. They were adorable. Like they knew the sport well. And like when I had questions, because I don't really watch hockey. Like my job had $40 tickets. I bought them. You know, something to do on a Wednesday. But they were telling me the rules. Those like, oh, that's offsides. Like how offsides work. How they do like the penalty shots. What the penalty markers mean. When they have one person out and they have like plus 2 minutes of penalty time, what all the different rules mean. And anytime their team would do something, they'll be like, fabulous. I love them. They were a good time. I bought Timbits and shared them with them. I was like, thanks for, showing me the game. You want some Timbits? They were like, no, we're okay. And I offered the series some Timbits. I was like, you sure? These some hungry dudes? I was like, okay, I'll take one. And we had some Timbits. It was a good time. It was a good time.
That's funny as shit. Fabulous.
Yeah, like anytime they score, like they get the Blue Jackets get a offside, he'd be like, fabulous. I'm like, ooh, y'all are working it.
Bro, I swear by the fifth time they said that, I would have been like, why the hell does this work so well? What the hell is saying fabulous work so well?
Not to be disrespectful, but like I'm a bigger guy, so like I was in there and I was very comfortable. Like I was able to sit there and I was sitting there like this because I didn't want my arms to get all in anybody's face, and like just subconsciously like I moved my back, and I was just sitting like this, and then they came back, like they went to the bathroom or something, got drinks, they came back, and I didn't move my arm. And then he looked over. He was like, "You got some nice arms." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Thank you." There is nothing more that will boost your ego than a gay man complimenting you. Let me tell you right now.
I don't know about that.
I felt like a god amongst men. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And this man, these men were athletes at least because they looked like they could bench me on a good day. Like, they were in shape. They knew what they were doing. They probably played hockey back in the day, but that was a good time. But Darren went to see Sonic. He saw 2 Sonics in a day.
Yo, I did. The first one, phenomenal. Second one, really great. I like the first one more, but my nigga Knuckles in the second one, he's the best character in all of them. He's the best character.
Knuckles?
Knuckles is the best character.
I hope
Tails has always been the best character.
Tails is cool too, but Knuckles is that nigga.
Knuckles has always been the cool one since like forever, since Sonic came out.
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
I used to call him Knuckles back in the day when I was a kid because I couldn't read right.
I mean, that makes sense. Silent K, right?
I mean, I didn't know that shit when I was low LA. I'd be like, I want to be Knuckles. I used to be looking at Tika. I'm like, make sure I'm Knuckles. Tika's like, there's no character name that you get to be Tails. Boom.
That's fucked up.
He didn't care. My cousins they did not care.
Yeah, they don't got time to translate. Translate the part.
Like, you should have took more time to learn how to read. Sorry. But the movies were fantastic. Without spoiling it, they do a great job making sure everybody feels included in this movie. Like when I say included, I mean you have white people, you have black people, you have Asian people, like everybody is a part of this world or this mythos of Sonic that any age, sex, gender, whatever you are, if you go to watch Sonic, I think they do a great job helping everybody feel included in that film.
Most definitely.
Like there's a lot of minorities that are, you know, prevailing in roles, and it's beautiful. The CGI is not choppy. Like you remember how Sonic looked the first time like displayed it? It looked
Trailer. First
like a
trailer.
weird rat. Like it wasn't. It looked nice. It looked really clean and smooth, and it stuck true to the actual game. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in it.
A lot of Easter eggs. A
A lot of
lot of
Easter
Easter
eggs
eggs.
in it.
And Jim Carrey did a really good job playing
Yeah.
that villain, bro. Really good job. Like for
I
real.
don't even like Jim Carrey, and I loved Jim Carrey in that
Bro, we've
movie.
had this conversation on the way to Indianapolis. How do you not love Jim Carrey?
I
Everybody
feel like
loves Jim
we,
Carrey.
I feel like
I
we
don't
talked
love
about
Jim
this
Carrey.
enough there.
I think he's cool.
Everybody-
What
He's
is
a good
wrong
actor
with
for what
y'all?
he does. I don't love him
You
Everybody
like
loves
him
Jim
as an actor,
Carrey.
and you like him in films.
because he's a Darren. You're gonna hate that I'm bringing this back up. He's like Robin Williams. When he's on the screen, when he's on the screen, he's in the scene. He takes over the scene every
Did you
single
say you
time.
don't love him or you do love him?
I like him I like him. I like him as an actor. I like him when he's in good roles that fit what he does.
See, and that's the thing I don't like about Jim Carrey all that. Like when Jim Carrey's playing a character, he's Jim Carrey in every role. Like if it's not a role for Jim Carrey, it's just Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and he does
I
that
don't
for a
love
lot of roles. Like
I
for
don't
the
love
example, the best example I can say is when he played the Riddler in the Batman movie in the '90s. I think Batman. I forget which one it was, but he wasn't the Riddler. He was Jim Carrey.
Exactly.
Look, y'all wrong. Y'all crazy. Y'all wrong.
I
Can
feel
you
the
name a
same way
movie where he
about
wasn't
Jason
being Jim
Statham.
Carrey?
Really
Jason
wrong.
Statham's the same person in every movie.
No, I disagree once again.
Can you
But
name a
Rob is
movie where
really
can you name a movie where he wasn't being Jim Carrey in a movie?
no. I'm talking about the Riddler point because the Riddler. If you look at the Riddler in Adam West, he did damn near a much more animated version. Like the dude was already animated. He just Jim carried it.
Exactly. Jim carried it. The fact that you made that a verb is all that you have to say.
That's the point. I think LA's right. You made an argument against yourself.
No, I'm not trying to say that he's not Jim Carrey in those movies. I'm trying to say y'all say y'all like the movies. LA said you don't like him because he's Jim Carrey. He's not acting. That's what you're saying essentially.
I say it's because he's the same role in every movie. I don't love as an actor. I think Jim Carrey can do well in movies. Yes, I respect him and his craft. But am I going to watch every Jim Carrey movie because Jim Carrey's in it? No.
I just feel like '90s Jim Carrey was like prime, not prime Jim Carrey, but like how can you not like The Mask, Ace Ventura, and movies like that from that cloth?
I've seen every one of them, and
And
I
you're
liked
right.
every one of them,
And you're right.
but
Those
not
are his
because
best
Jim Carrey
roles.
was in it.
But those are his.
Why
once
did you
again, those
like
are
them
his
then?
best
That's why I
roles.
guess I'm confused on how could you? What did you like those movies for?
I liked them because I was a kid, and they were just random things happening on the screen, and people were laughing, and he was doing funny faces. That I liked it as a child because of those exact things. Like even if I rewatch them now, the nostalgia factor, yes, I enjoy the movie, but I don't like even people are gonna hate the fact that I fucking say that Robin Williams isn't. He's not all that for me. I'm sorry. Love him as an actor.
So
Rest in peace.
this is where I'm
Yes.
going to disagree with LA.
I
think
love
Robin
Mrs.
Williams is way
Doubtfire.
better at
Mrs.
what he does than
Doubtfire
Jim
top
Carrey.
five, but
I think
I don't
Robin
know.
Williams is a phenomenal actor. He's just ball
He,
dominant as fuck.
that's fine. I there's just so many times I can see the and the whoos and like I don't know. It's just not for me. It's just
I will
LA, I'm
say
gonna put it like this. When me and Darren always talk about ball dominant players, and when I say screen dominant actors, I see Robin Williams and Jim Carrey. I look at Jim Carrey like Russell Westbrook, and I looked
But
at Robin
you're not
Williams like
addressing what
Giannis.
LA saying though. But you're not addressing what LA saying. LA, you trying to say Robin Williams playing similar roles, or he played similar roles? He didn't though.
Yeah,
He played dramatic roles. He played comedy roles. He played a lot of different roles.
wide
You're
ranged.
right. You're
I can
absolutely
see what you're saying too. By the same time, you see the flubber and all of that acts. I get it, but I'm just saying there was plenty of roles where he was a dramatic actor.
and at the I'm just saying when he has those roles, it's
Mhm.
not for me. I also said I
That's
love Jim
wild.
Carrey. I also said Mrs. Doubtfire's top five for me. I enjoy him as an actor or whatever, but I think 2 weeks ago we said actor, and comedian is not the same thing, right?
So wait, are you? I guess that's the question then. Are you saying you enjoy Robin Williams comedic movies more?
I said I enjoy him as an actor, as what
Okay,
he does, but like it just don't hit for me sometimes.
I got you. That
Like when
makes sense.
we, for example, when we're watching Sonic, and he was doing what he was doing, like Jim Carrey was funny to me. Like you heard me cackling in that bitch.
Hey yo, LA was the most like this dude was like hilarious. There was like these two kids in the back that was asking questions for the first, and then they heard LA laughing. When these kids heard LA laughing at the very beginning of this movie, they stopped asking their dad all the questions. They just sat there and just enjoyed the movie while LA was laughing. I swear.
But there are so many parts. I'm gonna give a ruiner, and I'm gonna be that person.
Spoiler alert.
They was doing, yes, spoiler alert. They was doing the fist bump.
Oh,
And I started dying for no reason. Like I just assumed some shit was gonna happen. Shit didn't happen, and I started laughing more. And I heard the little kids like, "Why is he laughing?" And the dad's like, "Oh, probably because of blah blah blah." And he explained it perfectly right. I'm like, "This dude's in my fucking head." I looked at, I was like, you got it. You know what's happening. You a cool dad.
that's funny, man. That is funny. That movie was great though. I will say that. And
I
that
recommend it to anybody who's ever played Sonic, or if you got
honestly,
kids and you want to go see it, blame it on your kids. Tell them they want to see it.
yeah. Honestly, even if you just played Sonic, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. The movies, both of them, honestly.
I
But I
laughed.
will say, see the first one before you see the second one.
Yeah.
That's what I will say.
Darren was on the fence until I showed him the first one. He was like, all right.
The first one was really good. Like it's really good. It had me ready to see the second one.
It
Like
was
ready. And the second one got me ready to see
nothing. Don't ruin it, Darren.
see it again. I want to see the second one again.
Are they gonna
I
have the
really
third?
do.
Are they gonna have Shadow in the third one?
Damn it, Rob.
I ain't say shit. I just
That's-
want to watch.
Why?
I haven't seen any
You
of the
know,
movies. It's a hard guess.
let's go ahead and go into the topics today because we.
Bro,
Why
if
do
you
you want to
introduce,
ruin things
I'm
for
saying
me?
you can come to that conclusion. If you introduce Knuckles in the second movie, I can come to the educated conclusion they were gonna introduce Shadow in the third movie.
If they make a third movie and there's Shadow in there, I'm coming for you. Because I walked out before the previews. I don't know what's in there.
Wait,
But
what?
I'm telling you right now, Rob, on this recorded line, I'm coming for you.
I haven't seen any of
All
the
I know
movies.
You haven't seen any of the movies?
No,
You just remember the games from 20 years ago vividly?
not vividly, but Sonic was a big deal in like elementary school.
So
He was-
who's after then? Who's after Shadow then?
I don't know that deep.
You just know those three.
I know Sonic. I know Knuckles because Knuckles is always the cool one. I know Tails. I know there's a pink one, and I know the Shadow's the cool opposite of Sonic.
If you
And
know
I watched the
the
show a little bit. I watched like probably like 5 episodes of the TV show.
you know what the blue ones are then?
Sonic?
Not Sonic, the other blue ones.
No,
You know what the pink one is though, but you don't know what the little blue ones are?
no, I don't know what the little blue ones are.
That's fine. Movie 4 will be lit for you.
movie 4. Movie 1, 2, 3 will be lit too. Let's go and get to the topics though. We ain't addressed none of them yet.
All right. So the first topic of the day is we're going to take a look inside the BLM reportedly $6 million mansion. So first of all, before we take a look inside of this,
Do I
how
need
do
to
you
put my
feel about
glasses on
this?
for this? Does this say Black Lives Matter $6 million?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Black Lives Matter organization allegedly
The
bought a
people
six
who are
million
saying
dollar
Black
mansion.
Lives Matter and telling us that white people are the devil and we need to donate money to them so Black Lives can matter, they bought this?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So let's go over here. Let's check this out. Here's a look into the $6 million mansion Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation reportedly bought with donated funds.
Right there. It reminds me of the shower from P-Way.
are we gonna point out that all the walls are white, none of them are black?
Ha 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 ha. That's funny.
Okay, that's it. But okay,
Oh wow. Are all black people allowed in this mansion whenever they want?
I would assume so, right?
Really? For recipients of the Black Joy Creators Fellowship. Okay. Okay. So they can do recordings and so it's a creative space that they're going to allow people to use.
They could have bought something cheaper for that shit. Look, nah, dog, nah, hell nah. You're not about to get me with this. You could have bought something a lot cheaper than that for creative space.
A previous version of this story said that the Los Angeles property owned by Black Lives Matter had been bought by real estate developer, blah, blah, blah. The Post, since learned the public records it consulted listed a sale price incorrectly. Further research found that other records showed the real estate developer bought it for the same amount that he transferred it to Black Lives Matter. Huh.
So he didn't make a profit? Is that what you're trying to say?
The Swanky. So I don't know if it was bought and given. What does this mean? I'm not sure. We're gonna have to dig into this a little bit more.
Bro, this is a
The
LA
Swanky
home
Digs
now.
also has a custom made wrought iron staircase, marble lined bathrooms, 3 fireplaces, including one imported from Italy, recessed lighting fixtures, digital cameras, and thermostats, as well as a private yard and an elaborated playset and chicken coop. That's
Hmm.
kind of lit.
So they
Niggas
bought
love
it
to eat their
through a
chicken.
shell company. The stunning mansion was go up, 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 up.
Not bad.
The stunning mansion was secretly bought by a shell company in October 2020, connected to the embattled Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, which used part of its $90 million donation windfall to purchase the property as a campus for the organization. So it's a campus for Black Lives Matter to do things in and
They
strategize,
said it
huh?
in quotation marks.
Well, I mean, if it's bought by a shell company, there's only so much you can say after that, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dog? $90 million?
That's how much they've been given, right?
Dog, what? Huh? I don't get it. I just don't get it. That's a lot of money.
Scroll down a little bit. I want to see that bottom paragraph. Just before closing day, Bowles posted a video on his Twitter in which he spoke about being passionate about Black Lives Matter and how he was trying to convince more conservative members of his church to embrace the civil rights cause. The black community has been mistreated, says Bowles, the author of the book Translating God and God's Secrets, in the 19-minute YouTube video. Huh. So there's an evangelist of some sort, maybe a pastor. I don't know. I've got a lot of questions.
I don't think I can get jiggy with this. I really just don't think I can get jiggy with this.
So they're drinking and eating brunch foods, and the leaders were making 1 year anniversary of George Floyd murder. Oh, we're marking. Okay, they were okay. Go down. I'm sure there's another side to all of this.
Dog, I just don't know at this point. I don't
So
know.
they acquired the space to further the mission.
You know what? Everybody from Black Lives Matter, everybody that have protested from Black Lives Matter, you are invited to the Studio City Mansion. Go ahead and knock on the door.
I think this is for the executive of Black Lives Matter. I don't think the peons allowed
Yeah,
to
this sounds like
enter
a
this
place you
place.
have like meetings at or something, host
I think this
parties,
is their, yeah,
Are we
for
supporting
the.
this?
have
Are we
events.
supporting this?
I'm not.
No,
I'm.
no,
I'm
not at
just
all.
trying to understand what it is at the moment. It
Not
looks
at
like
all.
this
Okay.
is where you would invite the governor of your state to this place
Yeah,
for a Black Lives
but we're just trying to
Matter.
like make sense of it. That's what I'm trying to do.
I like the idea on paper. I don't like how they went about it. It seems shady. It seems underhanded. If it was a thing that was going to be done, I feel like it should have been upright, up front. The people of the organization should have been given the option to vote for which buildings or lands to be purchased. Perhaps maybe somewhere cheaper, maybe in Ohio. Maybe you could have gotten a whole lot more room areas, maybe build orphanages, schools. Maybe
Nah,
that
bro, they
money
got a
comes
chicken coop in that
in.
bitch. I don't know if they can build a chicken coop out here.
Probably can. It's fucking Ohio. We got nothing but corn. Why not?
I'm
Why
very
not?
much against this. I
I like
want
the
to let
chicken
that be
coop.
known.
That's my favorite part about it, though. The chicken coop.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
very much against this. There is no favorite part about this shit.
Darren, you wouldn't
I
want to own your own chicken farm, like freshly
You
owned
talking about
chicken?
chicken, bro? I'm not talking about chicken. I'm talking about this. This whole mansion. This is not good. This is not
now.
right.
Do they have a chef there? Because if they have a chef, and fresh chicken sound like a good option.
God.
And
Y'all
Rob
getting too
does.
caught up on this chicken and this chicken coop. I'm a vegetarian. What the? Why would I care about chicken coop?
You
Them
said that
bitches
if
ain't doing nothing
you
but
told me
making noises
once,
to me.
you told me once, if the chicken is farm raised and you get to see that bitch, you will eat the chicken. That's what you told me.
And that bitch is
That's what
backyard
you told
farm
me.
raised here.
So I want to see
Yo,
this
Backyard
chicken.
farm.
We're going. Where's this at? LA. We're going to LA. We're getting Darren some fresh fucking chicken for Black Lives Matter.
You think they got security yet?
no, I don't think they got
Because I'm
that. I
gonna be the
think they
black
failed.
person. I'm gonna be the
That,
nigga to steal their chicken. Next time they'll invite us to vote on some shit. What? Why are they hiding the chicken from? Why they got chicken they hiding?
I'm just not. I'm not supporting
I
this,
think
y'all.
Rob's asking the right questions.
These
That's
are
what I'm
all the
saying.
wrong questions. Sell the mansion.
No, don't sell it unless you make a profit. I was also thinking about this. What if this is just like an investment for the money to put the money someplace? Hopefully the value goes up, then resell the
Y'all got
mansion.
91 million, Rob. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean they can't get into real estate. What the fuck?
I think if they wanted to get into real estate, they commercial building that can be repurposed in
What did Jay
multiple
Z say?
ways.
Buy the block.
Exactly. Not don't buy a $5 million section of the cake.
What's if
Buy
it's a
the whole
good? What's
block.
if it's a good place for their portfolio to build up the portfolio?
Yo,
I'm
I'm
playing devil.
against
I'm
Black
playing
Lives
devil's
Matter
advocate.
organization. I just want to let this be known. I'm cool with the cause, but nah, not the organization. You got me fucked up.
I think there just needs to be some reassessments, some realigning of goals, maybe. I don't think this one was the
Wait, what?
best
So what are
move.
the goals?
It's a good
Their
question.
goals were fucked up. They were fucked up. I can't lie. Some of them was legitimately like too much.
Give me one example.
Um, they wanted like something for all black people. I forgot. I forgot. Go ahead. You, Rob. That first link probably would have took you there.
I only use Google. I'm sorry.
That is wild.
I mean, if you can give me an example, we can go through it. But I think what
All right, here we go.
I hope what
And
they were going
I'm
for.
not going off of that.
okay,
They spoke legitimate goals. I'm not going off what Wikipedia says.
the
Huh.
Black Lives
You got
Matter.com.
banned. You got banned, Rob.
That's from BlackLivesMatter.com.
You got banned. They heard you talking shit. They
Go to
heard you
the.
talking shit about their chicken.
We are checking your browser. What the fuck? Oh hell
Click on
no,
the
bro! I don't
link.
play. Nah, bro. Then I ain't going back.
Open
Click
it
that one.
incognito.
Click that one.
Hey, bro. Black
You
people
want
the
me to
feds
click
now
it?
too.
Do you want me to click it?
I'm
I
telling you,
got
black people the
good.
feds now look like. I don't like
He
that.
said black people with feds.
I
Oh my
got good
god.
internet. You want me to click it? I clicked it. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Which one's my screen? Do I got anything inappropriate? No. Oh, nothing inappropriate. How do I do this?
What are you trying to do?
Share my screen?
You see in the bottom left hand corner.
I think I did it.
Yeah, we see.
So what am I going for here?
We're looking for action.
I see shop.
We want to see their goals. And if they don't have goals on here, I'm gonna be very upset.
To the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Inc. is a global organization in the US, UK, and Canada whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on black communities, the state, and vigilantes. I think this is their mission statement.
I'm gonna find what I was looking for at some point.
What do you want to find?
They had a legit like we want this done. And I can't remember exactly what was on that list, but I remember seeing at least 2 or 3 things where I was like, yeah,
Hold on. They had a free 21 Savage movement.
Yes, 100%. Which is cool.
Why are you against that?
I wasn't against that. I was not against that.
So then you like what they do?
I like what they do. I don't like them buying the house. I don't like them.
Our own survival so we can thrive. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the government has not done enough for black people, leaving too many in survival mode. Before COVID-19, there was already a racial wealth gap, and the pandemic has exacerbated it. So they had a little fun for everybody. So you could apply for a fund. Maybe that's what the $90 million is going to do as well, Darren.
Give me the house.
What?
Give me the numbers on that. How much money did they actually send out to people?
I don't know, but they are providing direct support to nearly 3,000 black people and their families.
I don't believe it.
Oh, they will be closing applications till further enormous. The enormous response has highlighted how severe the economic crisis still is for millions of black people across the country and how much more needs to be done. Ooh. They closed it.
Like to give a shout out to first time chatters, Soggy Bumboy. How you doing? Keep going.
This is wow. I don't know. I don't know. I just can't support this. I can't support it.
Hey,
But the
Soggy
free
Bumboy,
21
how do you feel about Black Lives Matter? Give us your opinion. We were just talking about them buying a $6 million mansion. What's your opinion on that?
Look, all I'm saying is $91 million is a lot of money, and it's cool if they are helping people out with it, but not if you helping yourself out that much. Buying a mansion like that for founders, that's a lot. I'm guarantee you those 3 people aren't staying there all the time.
I mean, I think it's more what they thought of it as, like Rob was saying, as an investment move, and a corporate headquarters. I guess that makes sense.
They
But I
can rent
think
it out as an Airbnb.
I mean that makes sense.
Your corporate headquarters is not a mansion. You got, like you said, you can get a commercial building. You can go somewhere else. If you really want to do this and be respectable, why are you going to LA and doing it? Where's Chocolate City right now? You can go DC. You can go to Atlanta. Go to where black people are.
A lot of
them
places are dumb expensive though.
LA is got to be more expensive than Atlanta, and if it's not, they're right here with each other. They're right here.
I know my house in DC would be like $2 million, big dog. Let me tell you right now.
That was a $6 million house right there.
I'm not saying that what they did was smart. I think they need to realign their priorities. But I can see what they were trying to go for.
All I'm saying is I will not be donating my money.
I've donated a dime. No, my money going to Shabazz? No, not happening.
Weak.
No.
Weak.
My money is here in my pocket, barely in the hands of J.P. Morgan.
All right, so let's go to our next topic. Let's talk a little bit about Joe Biden. We got this article here that states 3 ways Biden is budgeting for a better support to student loan borrowers without the debt forgiveness he pledged.
Let me drink my drink because I'm gonna be upset for a minute.
Might need to pour a drink for this.
All right, go ahead and scroll down past this quit now. All right, hold on. Here are the 3 ways the department proposed helping student loan borrowers. The people who borrowed millions of dollars to go to school and help improve this country because we were lied to about how student loans work and how compound interest works, and just, go to school, go to school, go to school, take out the loans. When I was in school, I don't remember her name, but we had that counselor, and that woman told me, and I quote, it don't matter what school you want to go to. You can just take a loan out. It'll be fine. You'll make enough money to pay it back once you get your degree. I remember hearing this shit for years, multiple years. And yes, they're right. If you get a top tier job and you go work for the great companies of the world, yes, you can make $200,000 a year. You can pay back your student loan. That is true. But I feel like that only happens to like the 1%, right? But for everybody else, the 99% of us, here's what the department proposed helping student loan borrowers. 1, improving customer support for student loan companies, ensuring that borrowers who must switch student loan companies because of servicers shutting down have successful transitions and more stable long-term contracts. Because you know what was happening? The random Sally Mae companies out here were closing and being bought out by different companies. And when you call Sally Mae, they're like, yo, we don't exist no more. So you think your student loan is just gone until you get this call from NetJets, and they're like, yo, we bought y'all out 10 years ago, and you owe us this much in interest. We couldn't find you. Sorry. So that's the current problem. So that's going to solve number 2.
Not to cut you off, but I have some questions because I don't have any student loans.
We'll get you to your questions.
What'd you say?
We'll get to those. We only
Okay.
have one more left. And number 3, add and working with Congress on changes to the Higher Education Act that ease the burden of student debt, including through improvements to the income-driven repayment and public service loan forgiveness programs. So your income-driven repayment plans are where you go to them and you say, hey man, look at my taxes last year. I only made X amount of dollars. I can't afford to pay all these student loans back. And they'll say, cool, pay $50 back for the next 3 years. And then you have to pay it back in full, regardless of your income, or you have to refile that income driven repayment. Your public service loan forgiveness program means if you work for the public sector, I don't know, teacher, firefighter, whatever have you, for I think it's 10 or 15 years, your loan's covered. But those people don't make over 40 grand. So I don't think most people really want to do that. And who wants to be a fucking teacher? Who, for real, those people do way too much and don't get paid shit. I want to be a teacher, so fuck that. But that's what my guy is trying to do instead of just saying, let's clear it. Everybody went through the last 2 years of trash. Let's just clear it. Let's get my approval ratings up. Nope.
I'm gonna be
Joe
honest with
Biden
you.
says let's do it.
He don't even gotta clear all of student debt. Just decide to take a percentage off of everybody's shit. And you know how geek everybody would
20
be?
grand.
You said what?
20 grand, and I'll be cool.
That'll be great.
I'll pay everything back if you take 20 grand away.
No, you take away 20 grand, you take away 20%, you take away a percentage. I'm cool with it. Because at least I know you're trying. I understand it's not easy being a president and trying to make real change like that. But anything helps. And I'm gonna be honest with you, none of that shit really just helps that you just read. To be honest.
And he gave us an extra year or 2 on the probationary period where it's interest free till I think next month it's interest free till next month, and payments start again. He can postpone it another year if he wanted.
It got pushed back to August.
It got pushed back to August again?
Yeah.
So we got all this pushing back we doing. We're not paying it anyway. You might as well clear that shit.
Exactly. There's no interest being gained on it, so ain't nobody making more money off of it. I can tell you that.
Hey,
I
that's what I feel. But
just
Rob,
push it back.
what were your questions? I can try my best to answer them.
So let's see. Hopefully I can remember this. It was about that them not being able to find you when they transfer the when the company buys them out. So
Yeah,
back to your original example, Sally Mae got bought out by Jet whatever,
yeah, just a
and they
random
couldn't
company.
find you.
Yeah.
What? So Sally Mae wouldn't tell you who they got bought out by, so you know.
Okay, so it was a bit of an extreme example. So let's say, I don't know, company A was the original loan servicer. You borrowed 10 grand from them, right?
Okay.
And your original contract was 10 grand at 5%. And you graduated in 2015, it's 2020. You know you're supposed to pay this out till 2025. 2020 comes along, you make a payment uh, like you normally do. You make your automatic withdrawal. The automatic withdrawals come out every month like they normally do. And then one month you're looking at your statements and you're like, damn, I have a lot more money in here than I thought. Oh, my student loan stopped coming out. So you go to company X's website, you find out, oh, we're bought out by company Y. You need to go to company Y and set up this, that, and the third. So you go to company Y, you set it all up. And once you log in, you find out you haven't made a student loan payment in 3 months. Now your credit got hit and you owe XYZ in incurred fees or whatever what you have because you have not been making your student loan payment. And if you call company Y, because everybody from company X has been shifted to company Y, everybody from company A, B, and C have been shifted to company Y, and the same amount of motherfucking people still work at company Y, you're on the phone for 3 hours just waiting to figure out what happened. So that's what point one and two are going to be for.
Gotcha. Okay, that actually explains a lot.
It makes sense. He's trying to help, and it's going to take time to get us on track. But I feel like the much more productive, much because if you clear up $20,000 from someone's debt, your debt to income is just increased by $20,000. You can immediately get approved for a new credit card. That house you've been saving up for, you now have $20,000 of credit that you can put down on that house. Like it's going to get reinvested in the economy. It's not
Same
going to
thing
hurt.
with cars. Same thing if you decide to take that money and put it into stock market. Everything. Oh,
You
there's multiple ways you can help out this next generation because the
start a
way we're
small business. You can go buy that camera you wanted. Go buy rent out that studio space you wanted. When you're not using that studio space, use an Airbnb just from $20,000, bro. Like I'm just saying, there's a lot that can be done, but
that's not now one person. That's multiple like a generation of people of college goers.
God forbid, we all get that leeway and we put all our money together and now we got 100 bands. Dangerous now.
Oh, that's a real business. That's a real business. Oh, and that's where we're at. But this, if he doesn't get reelected, if Joe Biden doesn't get reelected, this is going to be a big talking point because as much as you try and you're trying with student loan forgiveness, you ran on the fact that you was going to clear up that shit. And the second you got in the office within like the first 3 months, oh, I never said that. And that's the thing, bro. People aren't stupid. People aren't stupid. We heard what we heard. You feel me? And even if we are stupid, if we didn't, we heard it incorrectly. You're a politician. You put the words out there in a way that we heard it that it was going to be cleared up in some form
And
of
guess what,
way.
Derek? Joe Biden doesn't give a damn. The
No,
Democrats
no.
got office,
Oh no,
and it's
he
Gucci.
will. He will. He will if he's not reelected.
He's not going
He's
for
not going to be.
reelection. He's not going for reelection. They're definitely going to have to push someone else. The only way I can see the Dems coming out of this is they let Valdez go for president.
Who?
AOC.
Oh,
I,
AOC. You like AOC?
I always call her Valdez. I'm fucked up for that. That's Angela Valdez from Power. I don't know why.
I was like, what?
I always call her Valdez. I don't know why.
She got some time before she got like 3 years before she's
Yeah,
eligible.
that's what I'm saying. That's the only way the Dems are gonna make it if she get in there. But
You think she waits till she's like 40 though?
I think you can go till you're 35, right? At
Yeah, but you
35.
think she waits because doesn't she have like a lot of stuff that she wants to do in New York still?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like if she goes the first round, even if she doesn't win, make enough ripples that the second time she goes is definite.
I gotta look up more of her talking point. Only thing I know is text her.
I mean, she's wild. Like on Instagram, not Instagram, but like there's a Reddit of her, and people go bananas on her boyfriend. Apparently, they make fun of her boyfriend all the time. It's funny to me. They be like, "Look how he drinks his water." I'm like, why are people making fun of water drinking? But I'll be there. It's funny to me.
People.
Is it
Man,
this
look,
white dude?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why?
People just like to hate, man. Why are you on Bing? I thought you only used Google.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I was going to ask you if you could help me. My computer changed its browser settings, so my default browser is Bing now, and I can't
Click
change it
the
back.
click the top three.
So I did this. So if I go to settings and I go to default browser over here,
I definitely feel like
it
this
says
is something
Google.
that we should do after the podcast.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? It's weird, right?
I don't think that's how you do it though.
How do you do it though?
Yo,
I'll show you
yeah,
after the podcast.
All right, bet.
exactly. How much more time we got?
We got 15 minutes.
All right, what's the last topic?
Are we done with this one?
But real quick, instead of pressing default browser, you would just click search engine, and you can change it.
Do y'all really think there's going to be a president that does something for student loan
It says
forgiveness?
Google.
Go to manage search engine and search site. Yeah, you see where it says, oh,
See what
huh?
I'm saying?
I
It's
don't know.
weird. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. At the go down where it says Google, it says Bing.com. Yeah, remove that. Whatever those are, just remove all those. Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't know
bet.
what
So,
any.
with that
But
being said, do you think that there's any president that will do anything about student loan forgiveness?
I don't think any one of the president candidates that are over any. If you don't have student loans as a president, you just don't understand. I feel like that's the problem. Like the youngest president we had was at Obama,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he wasn't touching that shit with a pole, bro. Like he was like, nah, this one's not for me.
I can't blame him. He had too much shit on his plate already.
Yeah, he had enough shit to do already.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. But hopefully, more than anything, we get a younger president than the last
I
two
just
that we
don't want
had.
somebody fucking 80 years old.
Oh,
Somebody
that's
who I don't
old.
have to Google every day and be like, they still alive?
Yo, what did they say this time? No, I agree with you on that one though. But no, I don't want old. I just feel like a young person should be leading the country. A younger person should be leading the country than 80.
And I'm not even saying like I can deal with like a 50-year-old, a 40-year-old,
That's younger.
maybe even a 60-year-old. But
That's younger.
70, 80, nah, I'm cool on that.
Everybody's cool. We need a cutoff date, like a cutoff age for president. You can't be
Like
president until
30,
you're 35. They need to do the same thing for a cutoff, like a cutoff date.
70. At 70, you cut off.
Even if you're gonna be 70 in the term in the 4 years, you need to you can't do this, bro.
This ain't it, Chief. Do we have any more topics?
Germany conducts nation. I think we did that. We did that one already, actually. Oh, I want you guys to watch this.
Liberals look at the people in
He does this.
when liberals look at the people in ghettos, they say, racism. That's why they're not succeeding. And Sowell is saying, no, it's not. Because if you look at this group from the West Indies, they also came from the experience of slavery. There was slavery in the West Indies. They are also black, so they also face racism, and yet they do well. So it has to be something else. And that other thing is the fact that these black people who are in the South, there's always been a big question, were black people robbed of their culture, or did they preserve their authentic African culture? And what Soul is saying is that they were robbed of their culture, and so they picked up the culture of the people around them, and the people around them were rednecks. And if you look at the white redneck culture and the black redneck culture, they have a lot of the same values. They don't particularly respect education. They love Jesus. They use violence in their conflicts. And even Ebonics, which is, Black English, is actually all from the west of England. So it's actually this.
What?
It's from the west of England. When liberals look at the people in
What crack is this man smoking?
Do you know who Soul
My
is?
topic for tonight is culture.
Do you know who this guy
No.
is?
I want to know. Ebonics is the language of blacks. Is that what he said to just now?
No, he said Ebonics is what, aka Black English, came from West England.
He said, AKA Black English.
Yes, that's what he said.
Huh. I didn't know there was a Black English.
It actually does say that. I just looked it up on Google. American Black English regarded as a language in its own right rather than as a dialect of standard English.
Because white people don't talk like that.
And that's called Ebonic.
Yeah, that's the thing. You ever been to Teleperformance?
What phrase
No.
is Ebonic? What phrase comes from Ebonics? Could you give me?
I don't think it's a phrase. I think it's just a way of
No,
speaking.
he's talking about in the language, bro.
Oh.
Is there a phrase that you can give me an example? Like if you want an example of Spanish, I'll say "Cómo se dice, señor?" What would be an example of Ebonics? I just
I don't got this answer. I'm gonna be honest with you. Rob, you the one who showed us the clip. I'm waiting for you to show the answer.
My bad. I was writing down timestamps. Give me a second. Let me type.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
What?
I'll look is literally the next thing that's on Google.
It-
What are some examples of Ebonics? She been had that handmade dress.
what?
She been had that handmade dress. Ben is spelled B-I-N. Dat is D-A-T. Handmade is spelled H-A-N/made. Not
So
handmade.
are they speaking? Are they telling me that Ebonics is the broken English that slaves who are uneducated spoke?
Essentially, that's what it sounds like. That's exactly what that sounds like.
And that's Black English? And
No,
everybody's
well,
okay
his
with it.
argument was that didn't even come from black people. It came from West England.
Yeah, Black people didn't speak English, so that makes perfect fucking sense. Of course, it ain't coming from any. I'm still stuck on this Ebonic shit being Black English. I don't give a fuck where it came from because Black people never. No, that's fine. That's fine.
What's your problem with it, real quick?
Where there's no white English. What?
The fuck it ain't.
What? What is Black English?
You wanna know what white English is? Hey, Bo, go get that. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Anything that is Ebonics to
Hey,
me.
Darren,
That's
next time you do some shit like that, bro, let me know so I can do a full scroll on you. That's some funny ass shit.
That's just bro. That's just country. It's just country talk, bro.
You
And the same
know
way,
how, you know how
there's
Foghorn Leghorn speak?
yeah.
That's Ebonics. That would be just down south slurs and mispronunciations and that twang. That makes sense to me, but you can't tell me that's Black English.
I agree with you, but we make up shit all the time in this country. They make that shit up.
Yeah, and we have American English, and that's why they call it the Queen's English, because the way we speak, we sound like the down south people to them. So that's fine. But Black English?
There's a lot of white people speaking Black English. I think that's what you're getting hung up on.
I just don't understand why Ebonics is they clearly defined it as in its own right. what does it say? American Black English regarded as a language in its own right rather than a dialect of standard English. So this isn't even standard English. It's just a completely different dialect that they're placing upon black people.
Yo, they have a chart.
And this shit's in Japanese, Chinese. He
this
is going. He going.
Oh, this is disrespectful. Oh, Ellie, I'm starting to see what you're saying now. I'm starting to see
John,
what
he
you're saying.
moved.
He got
I'm
my
starting.
scent.
This is
This is fucked up.
Black English.
This is fucked up. There's most of Americans speak this shit. Like you can go out and speak to pretty much almost everybody speaks somewhat
But-
like this.
But
This
wouldn't that argument be that they speak like this because the cool black people they see on TV speak like this?
No, I'm not making that argument right now. I'm saying because people are lazy and they don't want to put emphasis on words and speak shit correctly. That's what I think.
I
He
can
lives in New York. He live in New York. That's what a lot of people would say. He live in New York.
He lives in New York, Darren. What? He lives in New
Yeah, a
York.
lot of people don't talk like that, Darren. I'm gonna be honest with
A
you.
lot of people do talk like that, y'all. He live in New York. He lives in New York. I mean, there's people
I
don't
can
put that
hear-
much.
He lived like if I ask you right now, where does Jay-Z live? Or where do you think Jay-Z lives?
He live out there in California somewhere. That's how people talk. I don't understand it.
I have a question for you.
Let's go to the next one. No, let's go to this one real quick.
No, seriously, I have a question for you.
Real quick. I will go home. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go home. What is like? That is exactly how anybody speaks. Like, all right, y'all, I'm out. They're not saying, all right, I'm okay, y'all. I'm about to head out this door and go home. They're not. Nobody's speaking like that. And what's
What
your
do you
question?
mean?
What's your question?
When I leave Rob's house all the time, I say, all right, yo, I'm about to go home.
All right, when you first got to, did anybody ever tell you that you speak super proper, that you speak really properly?
No, they say I speak white.
What does that mean?
It's stupid. I'm just letting you know that's what
said the
they
same
say.
thing to me.
And it's not-
Because you speak English?
But my point, I think my point is, black people look at it like that too.
So black people, and y'all got to remember, I'm not black. I'm African. So
Yeah.
me hearing this shit is wild.
We had another one of these moments this past weekend. We got to end the podcast on.
Us got to do it.
Like you never had a black person come up to you and say, you speak very, white, you speak proper, you speak like you're not from here.
I've had a white lady tell me you speak very proper, and I almost slapped her in her mouth then and there. But my mother did it instead.
Wait, she
What?
slapped her?
I love
She
your mom.
slapped her in the face. What?
Well, I gotta hear this story. Keep going.
Bro. Go ahead.
Well, I think it was either 9th grade or 8th grade. I can't remember where it was, but I know I was in Ohio. I can't remember where it was, but they tried to put me inside of the ESL class. They told me that I wasn't up to par to speak English, and I was like, that's wild. I've never been given a test. No one ever asked me no questions. I do all my homework. Like, just because I don't talk to y'all white folk don't mean I don't know how to speak. What? So they tried to put me in there, and I took the test and everything. This woman told me, oh, you speak very proper. You're very intelligent, aren't you? I looked at her. I was like, what? My mom got up there and slapped the white out this woman. She probably an Asian woman now somewhere. I don't understand it. Like, this is baffling to me. And this is the shit I be trying to tell y'all about, that this generational racism, this accepted oppression y'all been going through. This is wild.
We don't accept this shit, LA. Like, me and Rob speak.
You just said this how everybody speak. You already accepted it.
You want me to change how people talk?
I'm not saying you have to change how people speak. I'm saying this is how everybody's saying. This is how everyone speak. This is what you do when you cool. Like, that's that generational shit.
It's not about being cool or anything like that. It's just they weren't taught how to speak proper.
This is how they were taught how to speak.
That's how they were taught.
That's how their parents talk to them when they're
It's not
kids,
right. It's
and they
just ignorance,
talk back
bro.
like that.
So
And
they
then
This
didn't
is
go
other
to
friends
school.
talked around them. It's just
wait, what?
I went to school in America. I have friends in America who talk like however they want to talk, and I didn't. What?
yeah. But my mom would pop me in my mouth if I said something improperly. She would immediately
My-
correct me, and if I do it again, I'll get popped in my mouth.
I
My
taught
mom.
my parents. We call this shit slang. I teach my mom American slang is what we called it. I will teach her some. I know these phrases like, "Oh yeah, we finna go to the next store," or whatever the fuck it is. I know these phrases, but that to me was just slang. Like that's what you said to your boys to, like we were saying to sound hip, but like no one fucking talks this way.
LA, there were certain people who talked to you like that who actually talked that way. I'm telling you. I'm
Hold on,
telling you.
I got one last story. I was in Baltimore and we was redoing a business license with my dad, and we was at the comptroller, bro. Went to the comptroller of the United States of America in DC. Like this is where everybody go to get a business degree in the DMV or degree, business license. And we got there. My dad asked this nice African American woman,
Oh, shit.
asked this nice African American woman, where do I go to fill this form out? This lady said, you finna go upstairs, make a left, and then you're gonna be right there. My dad looked at her and said, excuse me? I will never forget this story. She did not miss a beat. She said, I say it. My dad's like, hold on, let me write this shit down, bro.
I know you
And
probably looking
like I was maybe like 8 years old at the time, and like my parents spoke French at home and shit. So like, I still know English, but like I've never been exposed to slang at this point. So I'm like, what language was he speaking, Dad? My dad's like, she was trying to speak English, man. She was trying to speak English.
bro. That is wild. I feel sorry, bro. I feel sorry for foreigners in general that come here. I told you the girl I was working with from Norway. There was a guy who came up to both of us, and I could hear every word he said, and she just stood there and was like, "Huh, maybe," and then just looked down at her phone. And then when he walked away, she was like, "What? Like, what? Like, what was he trying to say?" That's wild. I feel sorry for people.
I understand why now a lot of Asian people when they come to America just be speaking wrong because they doing the black English because they want to be cool. That's what it is.
That's what
Because
they
when
see on
I go,
TV.
yeah, when I go, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be racist. I only interact with newly Asian people in Chinese restaurants and stuff like that, and they definitely talk like this, and it makes sense. Like you said, that's what they see in movies. They probably practice with Netflix, and it makes sense.
That's wild.
It makes sense.
One last thing before we get out of here, because I know we about to get up out of here. Rob, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Oh God.
You got a cousin.
Oh God.
Your cousin, like let's say your cousin that we did the podcast with. Shout out to him.
Big
Let's
dog.
say he has a baby, right?
Okay.
What is that baby to you?
That'll be my nephew.
Get out of here. Y'all can crazy. Wow, bro. What are y'all talking about? This is your cousin. He's your little cousin.
Rob, it's culture that he don't speak this trash can English you speak.
Your little cousin, bro. What are you
Your
talking about?
nephew, bro. We had this whole argument, and Darren got me so angry, I just stopped talking.
Yeah, it really got to that point. We was really arguing about this shit.
It don't make sense, bro. Like,
It's your little cousin, and what I came up with after looking it up on Google is that it's your actual, what is it? Your something nephew, your
your
little
step
nephew,
nephew or
your
something.
step
let
nephew,
me
some
think
shit
about
like
this
that.
real quick.
It's some dumb shit, bro. Americans are lost.
So
I'm
you're
tired.
saying, so if my
I'm-
dad had a cousin, Darren, you're saying that's my cousin as well?
Yes, that's
My dad's first
100%. You
cousin
know how many
is my
older
cousin.
cousins I got?
And LA is saying I'll be his. That would be my uncle.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Okay, I think LA might be wrong then.
No, that's not what I was said. I said if I have a cousin and my cousin has a child, that is my nephew, and that's what I said.
So
But
you're his
in-
uncle? I thought you
What?
could only be an uncle of your brother
What's the
or
difference?
sibling.
What's the difference? What is the extreme difference between a cousin and a brother or sister?
The difference?
The parents.
Yeah,
he
didn't
parents are
come out
siblings.
Hold on. One at a time, Rob. What's the difference?
The parents are siblings.
The parents are siblings?
Yeah, that's their parents are siblings.
Okay,
They
Parents
didn't
come from
come
so
out
mom
the
and
same
dad.
person.
Yeah.
so my mom and let's say my cousin's mom are, sisters, right? So now we're cousins. Is it so far a stretch since we are blood related, even maternally? We're blood fucking related. Like we probably only have 2 chromosomes difference. That child that my cousin has is not my nephew. What? That's now your step cousin.
I didn't say step cousin.
What is it?
I think personally, I agree with what Google said. I can't remember what they said, but it's your little cousin or your little nephew. You can't say that's or
That's
your.
my nephew. That's my
That's
So
what
little
I-
yeah,
nephew, bro.
after thinking about it, I think Darren might be technically right because I don't know how you can be an uncle to somebody that's not your siblings.
It's your
kids.
little cousin. Now you can say Americans are lost, and I will absolutely accept that. But
The understanding of family in America is just so lost. So only the people from your mother and your like what? I have so many nephews and nieces, and I only have one blood related brother. I don't know how to tell you this.
You
Y'all
got one
Christmas must be sad.
nah, we still spend time with everybody, but that's just not my. That's not my mom. That's not my.
So what would you call? Let's say your sister got married and they had some kids, right?
Mhm.
So those your nephews and nieces.
Yes.
So now he is your brother-in-law, right?
Yep.
So let's say they get
If
divorced.
they got married. Yep.
Let's say okay, they were married, now they're divorced. What are those children to you?
That's still my little nieces and nephews.
They're still your little nieces and nephew because they are your sister's children, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then is that person still your brother-in-law?
No, I don't know that nigga.
That person's not related to you anymore.
No,
So
he's not.
okay, so that's the first example. Okay. So now let's say your sister gets married to a dude. They don't have any biological kids, but dude had a kid before the marriage. What is that kid to you?
That is nothing to me. No disrespect to that scenario.
Wow.
Any scenario.
Do you hear this, Rob? Like Americans are lost, bro. Like
Not a damn thing to me. Now, will I give him a gift or something like that? Him or her a gift? Yeah, I'm probably a
so
nice
he can't
person.
call you uncle. He can't call you Uncle Darren.
You can call me it, but we probably won't really stand by it. No, call me.
That's fucking sick to me, Darren. That's
Like my brother. Like let's say in that same scenario, my brother has kids. When we all meet up at Christmas, they call me Unc. He gonna probably call me Uncle. My sister's kids is gonna call me Uncle. Brother's kids call me Uncle.
so if you get in a relationship and you marry a girl with kids already, they not your kids.
Are
Let's
you
end the podcast.
are
Let's
you
end the
asking-
podcast before you say something you regret.
Wait, are you asking? You know what? Let's end the podcast.
Nah, answer
Yeah,
that
let's
question. I
end
hear
the
this
podcast.
answer. I'm gonna end the podcast so you answer that question.
No, I don't know. How to
This
answer that
is
shit,
a
bro,
stick
because
up.
because am I adopting the kid?
Nah,
You tell me.
you're
I'm saying
marrying-
yo,
you're gonna be living in the same house together.
Am I adopting the kid?
it's up to you.
That's
You
up to
tell me.
you. Maybe one
Am
day.
Am I taking care of this kid?
Yes, because he's gonna be.
That's
in our
your
house.
wife. You-
That is 100% my son at that point. Your
but
dad
that's
is.
not, that's not really. He's not related to you.
Oh, that's my son. If I'm
He's
taking
not-
care of you, if the
I have a
money
question for
that
LA.
is in my pocket going to your
Bro,
mouth,
You
You are
too
my
loose. You
family.
too loose with your morals, bro. You too loose.
So
You
Darren,
gotta
doesn't matter if the doesn't matter LA doesn't matter if the dad is in the scenario or not.
ask Darren.
Darren, does it matter if the dad's in the scenario or not? Like they're divorced, but he still has a well-paying job. He still goes over there every other weekend, but he just lives with his mom.
are you asking, is that still my son at that point?
Yeah.
Well, would you still consider that your son?
We should probably end the podcast.
I'm telling you, because you being too loose with this
Let's
shit.
stop this, bro. Look, let's stop this. Let's just know
I'm telling you, family is deeper than blood, bro. Like, you gotta. Everybody's your family. You gotta really look at shit. You gotta really look at.
Let me end the podcast. This ain't
What do you think, Rob? What do you think?
I don't know. I live in that scenario, so I don't know. So I would
What do
think
your
so.
step? Do you see your stepdad as your dad?
Yeah, he claims me. I remember he when we go out, he says, "Oh yeah, this is my two sons." So yeah,
And you claim him as your dad?
I would. Yeah,
Fair,
and I still have my real dad. And my real dad's been in my life the whole time.
fair.
And my
You gotta-
real dad moved my blood dad. So yeah,
I grew up. You know
got a
what?
bonus dad. That's all. You just got a bonus dad.
I just think I just never looked at it that weird. But once again, bro, my parents I've been divorced like my whole life, so I think it's normal. So
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
think about it from my standpoint. My parents been together from the '80s, like pretty much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is so to me. It's like all I know is a 2-parent household and those same 2 parents. That's all I know.
Well, just so you know, you're in the like the 10 percentile. So good for you.
That's wild. Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta change that this generation, everybody. We're changing that this generation. And the way we speak, obviously, this ebonic shit gotta go.
Or else I'm coming for y'all niggas.
Anybody that speak like that, Ellie just gonna slap you like his mom did.
Damn.
No, I'm gonna just pistol whip him, Darren. I'm gonna come at him with the. For everybody wondering, it's not loaded. We this gun safety here.
Yep.
All right. So thank you all again for listening to this episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 65. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. And check us out on our social medias, which you can find in the description below. Peace out. See you guys next week. I had a great time doing this episode. So yeah.
Peace.
I just seen some.